Hey there, welcome to the video. Now, if you're serious about making money online and you want to capitalize on the absolute best time of the year for boosting your income, well, you're in the right place. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 Amazon KDP niches that thrive specifically during Q4, which is this holiday season. Now, these niches perform incredibly well during this time and can give your earnings a serious boost, but the window to act is now. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. And right now we're talking about low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. So if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. Now, we all know Q4 is the hottest time of the year with holiday shopping, gift giving. Everyone's looking to spend money. And here's the thing. If you get into the right KDP niches now, you're going to be perfectly positioned to capture the surge of sales when it hits. Now, these niches may not perform as strongly throughout the rest of the year, but during Q4, they're absolute gold mines. And here's the beauty of it. Amazon handles all of the logistics from printing to shipping and even customer service, all while paying you a royalty for every book of yours that sells. All you have to do is create the books, get them listed, and let Amazon do the heavy lifting. And trust me, if you act now, you'll be cashing in on the busiest shopping season of the year. So in today's video, I'm going to be going through 5 high demand niches for Q4 that can really increase your earnings in the next few months. They're seasonal, but they're also low competition, so you can jump in even if you're just starting out. And by the end of the video, you're gonna have the insight you need to pick a niche, start publishing, and get a head start on making money in Q4. With that being said, let's get started. Now, the first niche is the Spooky Cuties Halloween coloring book. Now, the first thing that you might notice is probably this purple bar right here on your screen. This is called Titan's Quick View, and this is an extension that I use that helps me with my KDP research. And you could easily download this and install it on your browser by going to the Chrome Web Store, making a search for Self-Publishing Titans, and these 2 extensions are gonna pop up. Feel free to install both of them or one of them. They are both free to use. The one that I'm using specifically is this one right here, this Titan's Quick View. But I also use the Titans Pro because it gives me the suggestion expander, which you're gonna see in a minute. But it gives you some useful information. So Titan's Quick View gives you a niche score, as well as the total results. This is the exact results. So as you can see, 1,245, but Amazon will just give you a generic over 1,000 results. So this is actually a lot more useful. It also gives you more information, as you can see, with the exact match. So this is how many of these books on the first page are using this exact keyword in their title, how many books are independently published, meaning how many books are KDP books, the bestsellers ranks, the reviews, and the price. Now, to give you an idea what I look for when I'm looking for profitable KDP niches, I'm looking for 3 specific things, and these are always the 3 same things that I look for. Number 1, I'm looking for search results that have about 1,000 or less, because this is going to tell me that the competition is not so high. Number 2, I'm looking for 3 or more KDP books that all have a BSR or a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below, because this is going to tell me that these books are already selling, which means that there's some type of demand for this niche. And number 3, I'm looking for a niche score that's provided by Self-Publishing Titans, the extension that I just showed you, that has a niche score of 50 and higher. So we can see right away search results of about 1,000. It's actually 1,245, which is still very, very good. So the competition is not so high for this niche. And we see right away the niche score of 54, which is above the 50 that I'm looking for. So this is all pointing towards good stuff. Now, if we go through the first page here, let's look at some of these books that are selling well. This one right here, Spooky Cuties, has a BSR of 71,000, so that's really good. As we can see, it was published just this year, 2024, just last month. And I'm sure if we take a look at this book, we're gonna see that the sales are getting better right now as Halloween is just around the corner. This book right here has a BSR of 12, which is insane. And the bestsellers badge, we have this one right here by the same publisher, ranked at 71, also with the bestsellers badge. And then we have this one, Spooky Cutie Coloring Book, independently published. So this is a KDP book, just published last month with a ranking of 60,000. So we see a lot of books here that are doing well right now. It's going to do well for at least the next 30 days. We see some more books doing well. This one's ranking it at 133,000. This one is at 18,000. This one's at 897. This one's at 978. This one's at 230,000. So we see there's a lot of demand for this niche and it's just getting hotter. So this is one of the reasons why I put this on this list. If we take a look at this book right here, this is the Spooky Vibes coloring book for adults and teens with cute, creepy characters. We can see the book has a ranking of 978. It has the #1 bestsellers badge right here, and it was just published last month. And it already has 45 ratings with a 4.7 out of 5 overall. And if we take a look at this graph, which is what I really want to show you, we can see for the past 90 days how well it's been doing. So right when it was published, it started doing well, but you can see it's done even better right now. And I expect this book to do even better as Halloween starts to creep up on us. If we take a look at the interior, we can see this is the back cover because the sample doesn't really show anything of the interiors, but we can see a couple pages right here. So here's a blank one, and then a couple colored images right here. And if we take the bestsellers rank and plug it into a sales calculator to see how much it's estimated to be making, we can see this book makes about 149 sales per day. That's about 4,470 book sales per month. And if we add that royalty calculator in here, that's about $393 per day, which is over $11,000 per month from just this simple book right here. So this is going to be a great niche to get into if you're wanting to put something up for Halloween season. It's not too late. And it's actually a good idea to do it now because all these sales that will come through for you this year will only push your book even better for next year. The next niche is the Cozy Autumn Coloring Book. It's a little bit similar to the previous niche, but this one is for autumn or for fall season. We can see right away 594 results. So that's well below the 1,000 that I'm looking for. So this is actually a really good number. It's kind of in a sweet spot that I like, because it's telling me there's still some competition. So people are actually making books and putting it up, but the competition is not that high, which means that there's even a better chance at landing on the first page of Amazon. Now we have the niche score, which is at 61. That's above the 50 that I'm looking for. And so everything's pointing really well. It's pointing to some potential profits. And if we go through some of these books, we're going to see a lot of good selling books. We have this first one right here that's ranking in at 1,654, and it was just published in July of this year. The book right next to it was published June of this year, and it has a bestsellers rank of 274. And the one right next to it was also published in July of this year, has a bestsellers rank of 169,000. So we see these type of books right here are doing very, very well. We have this book right next to it, ranking it at 91,000, so it's still doing very well. And then some more books right here, ranking it at 132, 12,000, 96,000, and the list just goes on and on of the books that are selling very well. We even have this book, a little bit different, at 79,000. This one is called Cozy Fall Friends, ranking it at 18,000. And so as you can see, a lot of demand here, and a lot of different types of books. So this one's more of your traditional type of coloring book. We have the bold and simple coloring books and the bold and easy coloring books that always do well these days. But I'm seeing a variety of books that are selling well, which tells me that people just want these types of coloring books, and you can create a whole range of books, not just one specific type of coloring book. If we take a look at this book right here, right away we see the #1 bestsellers badge. The BSR is 274, and this was just published this year. And it already has 144 ratings with a 4.6 out of 5 overall. This book is selling really, really well. Let's look at this graph real quick so we can see the ups and downs here. So anytime the graph goes down, it means that the book is selling well. And then when it goes up, that means it's not selling as well. But you're going to always see these ups and downs with your books. If we go back 90 days, we can see that the book has sold well since it first came out. And so this book is kind of hovering around 400 BSR. And I think it's going to stay there and it's just going to do well throughout the rest of Q4. Now, if we take a look at this type of book that was published in September of 2022, I just want to show you what you can expect with your seasonal books. So on this graph, I went to 1 year and you can see the ups and the downs. And you're going to see the periods here where it does really well, which is on the low part of the graph. And if we hover over it, we can see it starts around October. For this one, at least, starts around October and ends around the end of November. And then we can see the same thing right here. It starts to sell well around July all the way through middle part of November. And then we see it doing the same thing here. So this is what we call seasonal books because they do well within a season or within just a portion of the calendar year, which is usually Q4. So this is what you can expect with your seasonal books. Now, if we take a look at the interior of this book right here, we can see on the back page, very similar to the previous niche. It's a bold and easy coloring book. And so we see very, very simple types of images to color in. Now, if we go ahead and take the BSR of this book right here and plug it into a sales calculator to see how much it's estimated to be making, we see that it makes about 350 sales per day, which is about 10,500 sales per month. You add that royalty calculator in here. These are insane numbers, $925 per day and over $27,000 per month off of this book right here. The next niche is the Thanksgiving coloring book. Right away, we see total results of just about 1,000 results. It's actually 1,840. That's closer to 2,000. But for me, if I still see a 1, it's still good enough. We see a niche score of 57, so that's above the 50 that I'm looking for. And then if we scroll down here through the first page, we're going to see some books here that are ranking really, really well. We have this one right here ranking in at 37,000. This one's at 78,000, 188,000, just above 300,000 at 374,000. And same with this, just above 300,000 at 350,000. This one's at 251,000. So we see there's enough demand in this niche. And with Thanksgiving coming right after Halloween, it's safe to assume that these books are going to start selling even better in the next couple weeks. If we take a look at this book right here, this has a book ranking of 37,656, only 61 pages, so that's only 30 images, so very, very short book indeed. And if we look at the graph here, let's zoom out to about all time, and we can see the same kind of pattern here. It has periods where it does very well. So this is around October up until the end of November. And then it does the same thing over here, where around September, it does very well up until the end of November. And we can see the same pattern happening. So it becomes a predictable type of pattern. Now here's the interior of the book. As we can see, this is the back cover. Once again, the sample is very limited in what kind of interiors it shows, but we can see very simple types of images right here. Nothing too crazy. Honestly, could make this on an AI program. We can see this book makes 8 sales per day, which is about 240 books per month. And if we add the royalty calculator in here, this is going to be more of what you can expect for your books, about $16 a day and $484 per month. But the great thing is that you can do this over and over again. So you could have dozens and dozens of books, all bringing in a small slice of the pie, but in totality, it adds up. And it can add up to a pretty big number. The next niche is the Christmas word search for seniors. So total results, we see 1,162. Niche score is very high at 68. That's above the 50 that I'm looking for. And some of the books here that are doing very well, we have this one ranking at 28,000. This one's at 208,000. We have this one at 111,000. This one's at 36,000, 74,000, 101,000. So you see there's a lot of books here. If we take a look at this book right here, BSR of 36,000. It was published 2022, so we're going to see in the graph how well it does year to year. 107 pages, so I'm assuming this has about 50 crosswords. And if we look at the graph, you can see right here, just in the last 30 days, how well it's doing if just the past couple days. So if we go back 90 days, you can kind of see how the graph is starting to go down right here. And then 6 months, kind of the same story, and then the year. And so you could see right here, so this part of the graph is where the book wasn't selling very well. You can see it even reached 1 million BSR, which means that your book is not really selling at all. But over here, this is in October, we can see September. So we can see all throughout December, it did very well. And it's even doing better now. And so if we go all time, we can kind of see the same pattern. It does very well Q4 right here. The next year, Q4 right here does very well. And as we can see, this BSR is actually performing better right now than it did last year and the year before. Here's the interior of the book. So here's the word search. So these you can make very easily on a program like BookBolt. I've done tutorials on this before. So if you want to learn how to make a word search puzzle book, go ahead and click somewhere on the screen. I'll leave a card up for one of my videos. This book makes about 8 sales per day. It's about 240 books per month. And once again, this is more of what you can expect if your book does well during Q4, about $25 per day and $772 per month. Now, the last niche we have for today is the Christmas coloring book for adults. That's bold and easy. We can see 517 results in that sweet spot that I like. So it's telling me that the competition is not so high, but the niche score of 72 is telling me that these books are selling very well with the average bestsellers rank of 248,000 across this first page. So this is telling me that this niche is actually very lucrative and there's a lot of potential here. If we look through the first page, we can see a lot of books here that are doing very well. We have this one ranked at 3,000. This one's at 25,000. This one's just above at 399,000. Same with this one, 403,000. I expect this to start selling a lot better. This one's at 41,000 already. 132,000, 202,000, 167,000, 73,000, 192,000. So you see a lot of books selling very well. This one's at 50,000 and this one's just above at 369,000. So a lot of demand. So if you want to get into the Christmas niche, this is probably a good one to check out. Let's check out this book right here. #1 new release. It just came out this month, about 2 weeks ago, ranked at 3,530. And we can see just how well it's been doing right when it came out. So when it was released, it didn't sell for a couple of days. And then now you can see the sales just coming in. And these are a lot of sales right here. You can tell how compact this graph is. This is the interior of the book. So very simple. It's just your normal, bold and easy type coloring book. As you can see, very thick lines, but very simple lines. And it's very much what's in demand right now. We can see with a BSR of 3,530, this book makes about 58 sales per day, which is about 1,740 sales per month. Let's add that royalty calculator in here. That's about $153 per day and about $4,600 per month, once again, from just one book. Now, if you're interested in creating coloring books as well as puzzle books for Q4 of this year, check out the first 2 links in the description below, and it should help you create some books for the holiday season. If you have any questions, let me know down below. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, as well as follow me on all my socials at JeffSetLife. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.